Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of PAPAtv Live. We're in the super secret bunker beneath the blue blinking light outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Pete Hendricks. I'm joined by Colin Dundies and Jake Kolajasic tonight. We also have Chris Stevens here, going to be playing. James Coons running the booth. And tonight we're celebrating the 35th anniversary of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We'll be playing the Williams Indiana Jones Pinball Adventure, and we'll be doing Pharaoh later on tonight. How do you guys like the Williams Indiana Jones?
I'm a pretty big fan of wide body games, so I'm always happy to play one.
Yep, I love this game. I don't necessarily love this instance of this game.
This game is the one that's in the Pinburg Bank, and it's set up pretty mean, so we could see some games that are really quick tonight. In fact, our first challenge tonight is these two will be joining Chris for the first game, as we have a special guest who's going to do some commentary for us, telling us all about this game. When we announced the game, I was on Facebook and I saw some pictures, and I'm like, wow, those are great. And so I sent a message out to this person, and they were more than happy to help us out with how to play Indiana Jones. And while Chris starts up the game, we'll turn to that commentary.
Hi, Papa. It's Mrs. Pin. I'm so excited to be here tonight to talk to you about Williams Pinball's Indiana Jones. Before I start my little tutorial on how to play Indiana Jones, I just want to say a couple of things. Number one, for all of the times that I called you Papa, I am so sorry. I didn't know. And let's be real, it can be Papa or it can be Papa. And I just didn't think Papa like Papa Smurf. I thought Papa like, I don't know, Papa something. I called you Papa for so long, and it was nothing personal, and I'm so sorry. Please blame it on my noobness. Second, I wanted to talk to you quickly about an amazing marketing strategy that I have for you. I made an amazing shirt for my husband, Dr. Pin, and I have to tell you that it is probably my favorite pinball shirt of all time. It has a giant silhouette of the Notorious B.I.G. on it, the rapper. And on that it says, I like it when you call me big, and then it has the Papa logo, because he always sang that song, I like it when you call me Big Papa. I mean, this is like marketing gold. I don't want any royalties. I just wanted to put out there that this is an amazing pinball shirt. It has such potential. Lastly, I want to put out there a huge disclaimer before I go into how I play this game, that I am not a very good pinball player, and that I hope you have more skills than I do and you can take my tips and run with them, because I don't even have a high score on the machine in our basement. I'm going to blame this on the fact that we had Colin McAlpine out to our house when we first got this game, and in one single game where I was talking his ear off, he managed to get to the wizard mode of Indiana Jones and put up a score over 2 billion. Since then, it's been Dr. Pin's quest in life to take back the GC from Colin, and because of that, all of his high scores are so high that I cannot even come close. I think I got 800 million one time, and I didn't even make the leaderboard. It was pathetic, really. Just know that I am not a professional pinball player, and that these tips may or may not be correct, and they may or may not work for you. Total full disclaimer. Indiana Jones. This is a game I love. We obviously own it. It's in our basement, and it is one of the few games that I feel like I actually know some of the rules to. I love this game. It's kind of my go-to. It's a toss-up between this, and we also have the Attack from Mars remake in our basement, and it is really tough for me to pick between the two, so I usually juggle between them. But Indiana Jones has a very special place in my heart. I kind of love it. Before you start playing your game, you should know a couple of things. Number one, there is no skill shot off the plunge. This is something that I actually look for in any game that I'm playing, because a skill shot is something that I feel like anyone has the chance to be successful at, including me. And I don't have very many pinball skills, as I said. There is no skill shot in Indiana Jones, but you can still attempt to hit the rollovers at the top. There are 4 of them. They spell Indy, I-N-D-Y. And if you are paying attention and on your flipper game, you can sometimes catch the ball and nudge it back up through the same lane that it came down through and get a twofer off the plunge, which is a really good thing. Eventually, if you light all of the rollovers, you do get a bonus multiplier, so it's a pretty cool thing, especially if you can hit the mode saucer, which I'm going to talk about in a little while. My goal in any pinball game is to get multi-ball. I have just learned that this is an amazing way to get a ton of points very quickly. My strategy doesn't change for this Indiana Jones game. The thing that I try to do as fast as I possibly can is to get the main multi-ball. When you're looking at the play field directly in front of you, there are 3 drop targets in front of a little, I don't know, it's like a little curved scoop thing. Very technical term. What you want to attempt to do is hit down the 3 drop targets and get your ball in the curved scoop thing, which will lock your ball. There are a couple ways to do this. You can do it the long way, which is to hit down the targets and then get your ball in to lock it. But you can also do something that is really awesome, and you can cheat the game by bouncing your ball off of something on the playfield, and you sneak your ball in behind the targets and you lock your ball anyways. This is my favorite call out in the game. In the movies, Shorty is one of my favorite characters. He's a little boy, and when you do this in the pinball game, he has a call out and it says, "You cheat, Dr. Jones, you cheat." And it's my favorite call out. It makes me so freaking happy. I love it. So no matter which way you lock your ball, your goal is to lock your ball 3 times. Once you lock it for the 3rd time, you will start the main game multi-ball. Before your main game multi-ball starts, or any multi-ball for that matter, you should know that the idle head, which is on the right side of the playfield next to the plunger lane, is where all locked balls are released during a multi-ball. They come flying out of this idle head. They are coming down that right flipper so fast that if you're not ready for it, they're going to drain. The way that you can know that they are about to come down is because the idle head makes an elephant noise. I'm not really sure why it makes an elephant noise. It's an idle head. It's not an elephant. But whatever. Anytime a ball is going to come out of the idle head and it's going to drop into your game, it will make the elephant noise, which will alert you to the fact that you should be watching your right flipper. You should know that the ball can come from the idle head anytime a new ball is in play, which means that it can happen during multi-ball, but also if for some reason you are playing a multiplayer game and other people are locking balls and you get an extra ball, it may come from the idle head as well. So be aware of this and make sure that you're listening for that elephant noise so that you're not caught off guard and you don't let your ball drain. If you're successful and you get the main game multi-ball, I aim for 2 things. I don't get crazy with what happens during modes. I know that there are such deeper rules, but I just try to go for the basics. Every time you lock a ball in that curved scoop that you initially locked your balls in, you are going to get ramp multipliers. You want to try to lock as many balls in that curved scoop as you can, and then before your multi-ball is over, you want to try to hit the right ramp. This will collect all of the multipliers that you have achieved and will give you all of those points. Multi-ball equals points. That is the goal. The next way that you can get multi-ball is to tango with the captive ball. There's a captive ball at the top of a long bowling alley type situation in the middle of the playfield. There is a small drop target right in front of it. If you hit the drop target down, and sometimes this can happen by bouncing the ball off of the pop bumpers, whether it be on purpose or inadvertently in my case. But once you hit that drop target down, it'll pop back up. You hit it again, it'll pop back up. The third time you hit this drop target, it is going to stay down, and you will have 20 seconds to then hit the captive ball. If you can do this without draining, which is my huge problem, you will get a quick 2-ball multi-ball. It's a pretty awesome multi-ball, actually. It is something that I tend to avoid because I have a big problem with hitting the captive ball and then my ball flying back down the playfield and straight down the drain. It's a real bummer when that happens, man. So I don't aim for this on purpose, but sometimes it'll happen just because of the pop bumpers and bouncing situations. But you should know this is another way that you can get multi-ball that's pretty quick and easy, and that if you are better than me at pinball, you might be able to avoid your ball draining immediately once you start it. So those are the 2 multi-balls that you can get by performing a task during the game. A couple of other things to note about the playfield. The right out lane has a post, and if you are draining actively, you can nudge the ball, hit it off the post, and save that sucker. Bounce your ball right back down to the right flipper, and you're saved. It's awesome. The second cool game feature that you need to know is called the Path of Adventure. It's that really cool upper playfield that's in the left-hand corner. Unfortunately, a lot of times when you play this game on location, this thing is broken, and it's such a bummer. But if you're lucky enough to be able to play the game when the Path of Adventure is working and lit, it is so much fun. Throughout the game, you're going to be hitting 9 targets that spell adventure on the playfield. Once you light all of these, you hit the right ramp and your ball will take a little detour through a gate that pops open onto the Path of Adventure. It's awesome. You use your right and left flippers to tilt the Path of Adventure, and you try to roll over all of the lit, what do you call those? Lights. You try to roll over all the lit things. In the Path of Adventure, there are also several holes. By getting your ball into these holes, you can get things like Schmega points and an extra ball, which is pretty awesome because let's be real, an extra ball means extra points. The Path of Adventure is awesome. Usually it's more luck than skill when I get on the Path of Adventure, but I don't care because it's so freaking fun. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is the mode saucer. If you have ever listened to my podcast, you know that I love a freaking saucer. I don't care what game you're playing. You get your ball into a saucer and it equals points. This is like a basic. It's a basic necessity to hit a saucer, and in Indiana Jones, this is no exception. The saucer is sneaky in Indiana Jones. It is located to the left of the left ramp and to the right of the left orbit. It is so sneaky. It's this tricky little thing snuck in between these 2 important places, and it is hard to hit. I think it's hard to hit even for someone who can play pinball. For someone like me who's not very good, it is like near impossible. But sometimes I get lucky and I'm able to hit it, and awesome things happen when you hit this mode saucer. The modes are totally random and you're going to be awarded. It's like a little magic wand comes up on the Indiana Jones machine and gives you a present. Who doesn't love presents? Everyone freaking loves presents. You can be awarded one of 2 video modes. One of them, you shoot some bad guys, moving your gun using the left and right flipper buttons, and the other one, you steer a freaking mine cart through the mines, again, selecting the lanes that you go down using your right and left flipper buttons. You gotta be quick, man. Have those fingers ready. Do not sprain any fingers, because you will be out of luck when it comes to the video modes on Indiana Jones. You can also be awarded several chase situations. When you get one of these chase situations, you are being chased by something like a tank, or you are attempting to cross a rope bridge. And in order to move forward away from the tank or across the bridge, you need to hit the right and left ramps. It's pretty straightforward. They light up like beacons of hope, and when you hit them, there are great callouts to let you know that you're awesome. There's one crazy mode that you can be awarded where you are eating monkey brains and it's totally gross and nasty, but if I can handle the guts and gore, splattering all over the place in Walking Dead and Iron Maiden, this is pretty tame, let's be real. But you can be forced to eat some monkey brains. Luckily for you, you don't actually have to eat them, and the monkey brains give you mad points, so whatever. The most amazing thing that you can be rewarded in the mode saucer is called the Well of Souls. It is the most epic multi-ball ever. You get this Well of Souls, and I have to tell you, I think I've only had it once, ever, because it's that rare. But if you are lucky enough to be gifted the Well of Souls from the mode saucer, you get an automatic 6-ball multi-ball, and it is awesome. You want to shoot just like during the main multi-ball in the game for the lock scoop thingy, and if you're lucky enough to get this, you're going to get lots of points. The longer you can juggle all 6 balls, the more points you get. I generally have 0 skills to juggle or aim during multi-ball, but I just try to keep the balls alive and in play, because the longer you're playing with all of those crazy balls flying all over the place, the more points you get. The last most amazing thing about the mode saucer is that on top of all of these amazing presents that you might be gifted, you can also get the Hand of Fate. What's the Hand of Fate, you ask? When you light up the in-lanes before you actually get into that mode saucer, the Hand of Fate will light up. And in addition to being awarded an awesome present, you're going to get something else on top of it. A multiplier, millions of points, an extra ball. It is so awesome. It is like a giant bow on top of the present. And just like the present, bows equal points, people. So if you have mad skills and you can actually intentionally light the in-lanes before you hit this mode saucer, you should do that because you'll get more points. Indiana Jones is an awesome game for a noob like me because it's pretty straightforward and easy. It's also an amazing game for someone who is a more adept pinball player with better skills, because these are only the surface of the rules. This is the rules version that I can handle. It's the 101 version. There are deeper rules to this game, which makes it enjoyable for just about everybody. My kids love this game. I love this game. Dr. Pin loves this game. It's a true winner. I hope you guys have a ton of success playing Williams Pinball's Indiana Jones. I hope you think of me every single time you play this game from now until the rest of your life. Papa, it's been awesome working with you. This has been a true pleasure. I hope we can get together and play some pinball on a Tuesday night soon. Have a super night. Peace.
And we'd like to thank Mrs. Pin for taking the time to put that together for us. If you're not familiar with her work, she has a pinball podcast that she does semi-regularly. Well, it's not on a regular schedule, but she's up to 67 episodes. It's very entertaining. You don't want to listen with children in the car, but if you're a pinball fan, it's definitely worth to listen. She has a award called the WOMP that our Priyanka Kochar and Elizabeth Cromwell have won. But be sure to check it out. She went over a lot of the things that we've seen so far. We saw the 2-ball multi-ball. We saw monkey brains. We saw the Well of Souls. Right now, Colin has a chance for the 2-ball multi-ball. That shot, it's a little bit tough sometimes because it'll get up there and then it'll divert away from the captive ball. But a good clean shot should get it. He has the Path of Adventure now lit too. We haven't seen that yet. And there he has the quick 2-ball multi-ball. And it's over, just like that. Now, the Hand of Fate on tournament mode, it's normally 10 million. It'll always be 10 million in tournament mode. We turned it off of that. You saw Colin there actually got the path, and he immediately fell down the hole. Very disappointing.
Hooray.
All right, so now we're on to ball 3, and one of these gentlemen will be joining me in the booth, whoever finishes last.
It very well may be me. All I want to do is escape the minecart so I can have a nice companion with me while we're doing the video mode. That's like my favorite thing. There's a really, really awesome video from my personal stream of myself, John Replogle, our producer James, and I believe Lewis Bevins, doing the minecart video mode where one of us is sitting there and everyone joined in and we're all moving as we're going through it. Hopefully we can get it for you guys because it's definitely a treat.
If we get to that point too, there is an Easter egg in that video mode where you can get Michigan J Frog. If you look back through the archives of PAPAtv, one of the season 1 episodes they played this, and I believe Brian Dye got it. Check it out.
No.
But I said this game is set really difficult. She talked about the post that you can bring the ball back in on the right out lane. On this one, it is moved as far to the right as possible, making it very, very difficult.
I had it and I lost it.
Shooting the ramps will move your modes around.
Will the right ramp move it back to the left?
No.
I passed it.
And I think the ramps will move it one position, and then maybe combos move it more than one. But in general, that's how you change which mode that you're on. So we'd like to take a moment to thank our super tech, Dan Hall. These slings are really nice and crisp, sending the ball flying everywhere.
Thanks.
Later tonight, we'll be playing Pharaoh. Dan came down early and did some work on that one, so I can't wait to see how crazy that one will be.
Slings.
And Chris is trying to shoot the ramps to cross the rope bridge, and has timed out.
And I hit nothing.
Now, you need to be careful in this game because all your mode points are in bonus, so tilting can be very bad.
Not as bad as draining.
But you still got your bonus, and Jake will have to do some work here.
Woo!
So he's got the Path Adventure lit. He's got the mode start lit. Oh, the mode start's almost always lit. Yeah, you can see this game has some super jets based off the number of pop hits that you have. A lot of elements from other Williams games were reused for this. And this is one of those games that we'll watch Jake here as he tries to survive the path. You get the first one for 5 million and then into the pit. The path that you choose seems to be random. Like I know when I was warming up, I had an all left path, or all right path. I was able to just let it go, and he's getting some good points here by making the shots. He needs to make the pit now and collect. Thank you very much to Buffalo Pinball. They're hosting us on their Twitch channel tonight. If you want some great pinball coverage, check out their channel as well. This is excellent path play. But Jake doesn't seem to want to fall into the pit.
I fell into the pit. Which pit do I have to fall into? Oh, the top one. But there's a pit at the bottom in case you haven't noticed.
That's the extra ball. And
I see. I don't get that.
won't be any extra balls today. But there's the quick 2-ball multi-ball.
Right.
And it's actually lasted more than 5 seconds. This is a
I haven't
wonderful
gotten any
thing.
points off of it yet, so don't count.
You hit a few targets. It was worthwhile. Excellent ball. Jake will move on to our head-to-head portion tonight. We want to thank everyone for joining us on Twitch and on YouTube. It's great to have you every Tuesday night. One thing we haven't talked about yet, Mrs. Pin mentioned the Indy lanes adding to your bonus multiplier, and that multiplier does carry from ball to ball. And with that, there's, well, maybe not, 'cause it's not on tournament mode, but there's the 10 million. And we welcome to the booth, Chris Stevens. Okay, now.
All right. Let's see.
We
That
set a
one.
rule here. When you get this
It's
mode,
that
you
one.
have
It's
to
that
look
one.
away.
All right, go ahead, look. It's that one. No, not that. No. Everyone's saying go to the far left. Everyone says far left. That one. Ah! Oh, I love that animation.
I mean, it's when you're playing, it's pretty easy to just put your finger. Oh, tough drain there.
Whoa. Wait,
It really made sure you were
blinked.
dead.
What happened?
All right. So now we'll move to head-to-head with the winner
Two
staying on and the
players.
loser coming over here. Colin versus Jake.
Oh, boy. That drain. My goodness.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jared, we won't be seeing the extra ball animation, but
It is the boulder. That was almost a you cheat, Dr. Jones. If you're able to get it inside of the scoop in the center without knocking down any of the targets, you will get rewarded with a sneaky lock you cheat, Dr. Jones. I think you get some points for
yeah,
it.
I think 5 million points
5 million
extra.
points. And I think it's really fun. It looks like it's physically impossible, but if you basically bank it off of the right targets and it sneaks ever so perfectly behind the far right target, if I
Like,
can get a nice
an
little
angle just like
right there, you will be able to do it. Colin lands in the hand of fate. Whenever I was playing, I just couldn't hit anything, as you saw. That's good stuff.
All right. Castle Grunwald. He needs to shoot the captive ball.
Oh, that drain. What are you calling? This guy. That was his fault. No, that was Dan's slings. That's I blame Dan.
He moved that sling over into the
He
passive
did something
eject.
to that
Yeah.
sling.
It's definitely Dan's fault.
It's definitely Dan's fault. Everything is Dan's fault. All right. Jake, what's going to be your goal here besides stay alive?
Well,
Nice shot.
I'd like to get mine card, but
I really want to
I
get
know,
mine
somebody
card.
has to.
Someone
we
better.
should be working towards that.
Now,
Right?
that's a big.
I had it lit, but I accidentally shot the left ramp.
This is a huge mystery award. Starts to hurry up, 40 million, up, shoot it up the middle. And the timer doesn't start until the targets are down.
That's a very, very awesome one.
To get dogfight in regular play, you'll see the 6 green colors inserts. You get them when you hit ramps at specific times. So once you have all 6 done, that'll start your dogfight. You see there that Colin hit the ramp when it was lit and got his first one, his second one, his third one. He's just going straight for dogfight. And
All right, keep going.
I got 5 done.
I don't think I've ever really gone for dogfight, but I do what I can.
Yeah,
Dun, 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 dun.
I've used it in a tight game.
I've never really been. I actually, every time that I've played Indiana Jones, it's been set up like this. So I've never really gotten an opportunity to play an Indiana Jones where it's like, ooh, look at how fun all these other random things are to aim for. It's always been like, do I dare shoot the drop targets to lock balls? Or do I try the really tight mode start? Like, it's always been so difficult of a choice for me as a competitor. And like, oh, beautiful save, Jake. And I think I've just gotten so used to stepping up to an Indiana Jones and realizing that it's going to eat me alive like that outlane just did to Jake's ball right there.
Yeah, Jake got
I got the narrow escape, but I also...
Oh, yes.
Joe Blow Movie Trailers mentioning he has an Indy at home, but his flippers are much slower. How can you make them faster? And thank you to Mark Pinball for one answer, a new flipper rebuild kit.
Oh,
even,
yes.
even if you don't have the rebuild kit, just redoing your flippers. That'll
Cleaning
certainly
them,
clean them up.
Give us a little service. That's yeah, it's basically all you need. There's plenty of information online. There's plenty of YouTube videos, and do a quick search. You'll definitely be able to get it. But and there's probably even some people locally around you might be able to find.
I believe the Papa website has some of this information as well.
Ooh.
Slang to death.
This is how we say goodbye in Germany.
Your reward for skillful play is more punishment.
Alrighty. So Jake, you need 50 million.
Yep.
So let's see some more of that path of play stuff like you used to eliminate me.
Yeah.
So this is the 35th anniversary of the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom movie. It was released May 23rd, 1984.
Wow. I wasn't even born yet.
This is the second movie in the series. I'll tell you about how the times have changed. It accumulated $25.3 million in the U.S. and Canada and was the biggest week one at the time. For comparison's sake, Avengers Endgame made $357.1 million in the U.S. and Canada and $1.2 billion worldwide.
Gee.
I'd like to tell you more about it, but
man.
I have to go play Colin
It's
now.
time for you to play against the champ. And I will then be joined up by Jake here. Jake will briefly be joining me because I believe I get to play against the winner. I get a nod from the producer. Hey, Jake, how are you?
Hey.
So how was that? How's that guy playing? How's Indy?
That's a little bit brutal. There were at least 2 balls there where I'm not sure I was ever actually in control.
Yeah, I mean you'll definitely get that.
Sometimes you score points when you're in that mode, but
We got a lot of interesting talk here in the Twitch chat. First off, Jared Cool Dude 34 says, "Hey Papa, do you normally do extra ball off in tournament mode?" And the answer is yes. Usually, if someone earns an extra ball, they would get points for it if it's an option in the game. And we typically turn extra balls off just to kind of limit the play time because you don't want someone up there finding a way to collect extra ball after extra ball and playing forever. So they're typically off. And also they're asking about what they want to do for a tournament strategy. We've got Pez Johnson saying modes all day. And B. Tessier, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, on this specific machine, I would agree. And basically he said DJ Ryle and I played a head-to-head on an old PAPAtv, and he was multiple all day, and I was modes, and I won handily. And yes, that is true. You can definitely step back in our archives and watch Mr. Tessier playing against a DJ Ryle. And I'm definitely in the same boat where I agree with modes all day, just because it's almost like guaranteed points. And you saw me get a multi-ball and get nothing but 3 balls to the outlanes.
yeah, that's the thing is that getting a multi-ball in this game is no guarantee that you're going to get a jackpot.
Yeah, I mean the points will be difficult
Whereas
to find.
the mode, at a minimum, you're going to get 5 million if you literally just cradle up and wait for the next.
Yeah.
You know. And if you can make any of the shots, and sometimes the shots are, relatively speaking, fairly safe.
Oh, speaking of fairly safe, that's a good ball 1. Look at the rope bridge. There's your bonus count.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Good start there for Colin. Let's see what Pete can do. Pete, what's your strategy playing against the Goliath of Colin over there?
Survive.
Survive. That's a great start. Hopefully we can make this work.
What's happening now? I mean, when you think about tournaments, Colin's like the guy who had to play round 1, and now he's warmed up on the machine. I'm like the guy who had a bye, and I'm coming in cold, and I have to take the Juggernaut out.
Well, speaking of cold, you're only 1 left ramp away from lighting our favorite mode that we want to get on PAPAtv.
But I'm not good at it. I'm really bad at
That's
that.
okay. then you're gonna sink yourself and Colin. So if we can, I would like. I mean,
All right,
I'm gonna go for it. And we got a a person added to the chat and YouTube. We got Doug Parsons saying, "Hey, Papa Peeps." Hello, Doug Parsons. How's everybody doing out there? And Pete showing that he is, in fact, not very good at Indiana Jones.
Not warmed up, as it were.
Or not warmed up, sorry, thank you.
We'll give him at least another ball to decide whether he's any good.
I'm not any good at this Indiana Jones, so it's okay. Oh, Colin escapes the lovely outlane, only to be hit with it again.
Yep. I think that nudge did not help him there. I think he...
That nudge might have knocked him
the second
out
time
a little bit.
around,
The second
he
time,
secured
definitely.
the exit of the ball.
All right, so Pete steps up here. Always be changing those in lanes up top because you get the bonus X, you get the points. It's jeez. Oh, get it! Oh, wrong way, wrong way. There's a 2X bonuses for nothing. Coming in ice cold. I mean, at this rate, Colin's just gonna trounce everybody because he's been playing nonstop. Oh. Don't touch anything, Colin. There you go. Okay, you're good now. You can touch it. All right, so he's got his 2-ball multi-ball lit. This is a quick multi-ball hurry-up. I don't know if I would call it a hurry-up other than the fact that it's counting down because you don't get any more points if you hit it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, 10 minutes it wouldn't be there. He's got 15 seconds. There you go. Nice shot, Colin. All right. Oh, man. That's getting some amazing air balls. There's the Diamond of Shanghai for 25 million points.
Oh,
Like, look at the points in the mode here. Like, they can really be important.
You locked it.
You locked it, so it's gone.
Yes. The 2-ball multi-ball, I learned today. that
Yes.
if while you're playing the 2-ball multi-ball, you lock a ball, it's locked.
It's gone.
And now it's a 1-ball multi-ball.
It's locked. Think of it like Barracuda, where if you're in a multi-ball and you light a lock and you lock the ball, you're back down. Actually, maybe I'm thinking of a different
You're
game
thinking of a different
here.
game.
It's really
Nip
weird,
it.
though, that
Fathom.
it lets
Think
you
of
play a one-ball
Fathom.
multi-ball.
Thank you, Jake. You're the one that would know that much better than I would. I mean, you own a gorgeous Fathom. But yes, think of it like Fathom, where if you're in the middle of multi-ball and you light a lock and you lock a ball in Fathom, you are now no longer in multi-ball. I got Dalton Ellie in the YouTube chat saying, anyone played the Primus pinball yet? I think it could have been an excellent game and not a retheme. And yes, I actually have not played it. I've played the other themes of that style of machine, and I actually do enjoy that game a lot. And I actually enjoy Primus. I really wish I can play one. Have you played a Primus yet?
I have not played Primus. I have played Pabst.
Played Pabst.
Yep.
Who hasn't?
Right.
All
I
right,
drank
so
Pabst.
yeah, you do.
Come on.
Maybe it would be.
All right, he's got his hurry up started. This is gonna be some big points. The pressure's on. He's coming in cold still. He's
nice
warming up the
save
machine.
there.
A nice save, yes. I think his hurry up is now gone. Is that correct? Oh.
Well, so's the ball.
Is that enough? I don't remember what Colin had.
Nowhere close.
Not even close? All right. I believe it is now my turn.
All right. CDs is going to leave us.
Colin train.
And PD will make a rapid return back to the booth. So, Pete.
Now I have time to cool off and go back cold again. Jared Cole dude in the chat mentioning that there's also the Stern Indiana Jones game, and we considered playing that one as well, but it's
that game would not be as fast playing as this game. Let's put it that way. There are certain ways of playing that game where you can just patiently.
But it's all about going for the 8-ball multi-ball, isn't it?
Well, that is certainly something I would be trying to do if. Wow.
Okay.
A
There's
nice play on the video mode.
Not quite getting the medallion, but good
Wow.
points there. When you're good at video modes, it's a great thing because there's no way to drain.
It's true.
Free points.
Almost. This is Colin's advantages. He's got getting that mode shot dialed in.
We have larger rubbers on that shot, so it's a little bit harder, but once you find it.
Has anybody been able to get it on the backhand?
No.
I see everybody
No.
shooting it on the
You
forehand.
can't get on the backhand unless you kind of tip it out a little bit. Then it's doable, but it's impossible on the backhand. Let me just do this little adjustment there. All right. See, now I got the same mode lit, so I can do my Raven video mode and watch me only get 2 shots to his 19. Actually, watch me not even be able to hit the shot.
Yeah, I
which
was
is
gonna
more
say.
likely.
Yeah.
If you survive to
start
make
the mode first.
There it
Hey.
is. Oh, look
Alright.
at that. Nice.
All right, guns
All right.
out. Here we go.
Hit 20 guys to find the medallion.
Look, they start one guy over there and one guy all the way over here. Thanks a lot, game. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Well, you're doing all right. 15, 16, 17. Yeah.
I went too far to the left. Be gentle. No. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
And no.
Don't! Oh.
Oh, and the Raven,
As soon as I did that,
he just flushed the Raven bar down.
He tried a little shimmy to get it to come back in the narrow escape gate, and instead he failed to get it back in and also failed to just take dangers.
Those ramps are pretty steep, but you can survive them if you don't make the full shot.
Quick 2-ball, nice.
Yeah, Colin's just getting the good mystery
Yeah.
awards. I mean, I really can't say I. Oh no, I got the hurry up.
Yeah.
So
Both you and I got the hurry up, and neither of us collected it. I was concentrating so hard on just saving the eject from the hole that I didn't notice the hurry up was on.
yeah, this is a good thing. I mean, being in a multi-ball with a mode running.
Yeah.
And there's a idol where the ink is collected, 20 million. Yeah, this something.
You could restart
Is
that
this-
2-ball multi-ball. That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
but how can you be in a tube? Like, this doesn't seem right. Because he can't start. He's literally stuck in this multi-ball. I think there's something off here. But if someone in the chat knows the game better, I think the idol might be just confused and it's not kicking it back out.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's going to end his ball. And
Huh.
something seems wrong there.
Yeah.
I actually think that would be an interesting strategy to basically be in a single ball play during a multi-ball.
Yeah.
Would that
Yeah.
be a legal thing?
That's probably.
Now, if say the game, this is where the game is supposed to be played, then that would be totally fine.
All right, just saying, Colin, get ready because we're gonna get on a minecart before the end of my game. That's all I'm aiming for. I don't want to beat Colin. I just want to. I want to ride a minecart because I'm now 2 away. If I can hit 2 left ramps, I'll move it over to the escape the mine cart, and we'll shoot that, and hopefully I won't kill us immediately. Oh, jeez. I'll keep telling you.
Another strategy on this game that can be worthwhile is loops. All your loops start out at 3 million, and you get 2 million more per character that you
slings.
have gotten. So you see Chris has 2, or no, it's 1 million plus 2 million for each character.
Okay.
So he has 2 characters, which means each loops are 5 million, and they add up to a jackpot.
I gotta go around. Why do I do this to myself? I was like, I'm just gonna pass it over and hit the. Oh man.
Quit being so accurate.
Why am I doing this? What do I need? How many shots do I need now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ramps. That's doable. Okay.
Only if you're CDs.
No, no, not even me. Oh, goodness. All right.
I mean, you could actually like start some modes while you're working your way around. Nope.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, now you don't tilt.
This was one of the Williams wide body games, as we mentioned. A whole lot of playfield to cover with toys, and got the path and the idol. It's a neat game. It was one when I first started playing it. It frustrated me, and I stopped playing it for a while. And then when I actually learned how to play pinball, went back to it. And it's like, wow, this is really good.
yeah. This isn't really a narrow playfield at the bottom, but you just get so many fast feeds, and it's just easy to get a post and be completely out of control in this game, and that can be a little bit frustrating.
Frustrating. How? All right, I'm gonna see if I can. I can't even hit the right ramp, so I can't, do the Path of Adventure strategy that Jake showed us. I think I need to go for just. I don't even know. I'm gonna see if I can stay alive.
That's a good strategy.
Slings.
But I mean, Chris is one of the top 25 players in the world, and you can see how a very hard-playing game can even be hard on the best players in the world.
Oh,
Great
nice
nudge there. And a
Oh,
lot.
on the fly backhand. Oh, Colin's in trouble.
You just got to survive those targets 2 more times.
Oh,
A lot of times you'll hit those ENT targets, and it'll go right down the left out lane.
Because I'm
They-
ENT.
They have put in an option where you can get a ball save for that. I think we have it on right now, but
Oh, no.
at
Oh,
replay,
no.
it
Come on.
Chris acting uncivilized again, and
Hey, tilting is trying. I'm okay with that.
now Colin will get to defend his title against producer James. When I showed up today, James had been warming up on it, and his exact words were, "This game is eating souls." So we'll see how it goes for him. And welcome back to the booth, Chris.
It's great to be back. Not really, but I'm happy to be here.
I can't believe you shot
What?
that, overshot that mode select.
As soon as that happened, I was like, I don't even want to play anymore. And look, Colin shakes the game and gets a narrow escape.
Yeah.
That's how the best players play this game. Yeah. He's playing real
There's
well.
the
though. He's
dogfight.
playing awesome. So can't complain. I can only complain that I couldn't get the minecart. I hope I get to play this game again because I really want to get minecart.
Yeah.
And I want to be in. I want to be in it. I want to be in the
center
minecart.
shot for the drain.
All right, Colin ends with a paltry 15.
All right,
for his
James.
first ball. So.
I got some bad news for you. There's gambling going on this game.
Uh-oh. What we got?
A certain Scout Pilgrim has bet 100 Papa Dugs on you.
Papa Doug's?
That's a lot
I'm
of
not
Papa
sure
Dogs.
what that currency is worth, but
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth a frown.
It's going great now.
James just drained to pick up some additional lands. That was all strategy.
All strategy. Oh, yeah. I've actually thought about that.
what, the all drain strategy?
Just drool, you plunge it, you let it drain, you get more bonus X opportunity from the top.
Oh, that's what I was trying to do in my game, but naturally
You
it.
couldn't manage to even drain it.
Yeah, but you can't
Yeah,
even. sometimes
if it gets in the pop bumpers and bounces
Yeah.
around too long, then
you
I
can't
mean,
even
I'm
You gotta
glad
bail
drain
you
fast
guys
enough.
recognized my strategy.
Uh-huh.
It is a recognized strategy. Yes, recognized.
using ball saves is actually a good skill
Yeah.
to learn.
Think of like
Know when you got them, and
if you play
what you can
Avengers,
benefit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Avengers
watched
with a ball save. Sorry.
I watched
Avengers
the Avengers
with a
video
ball
just recently,
save.
and I was like, why did that guy
Oh,
let the
he's
ball?
in the
I
lead.
changed the modes not to get 10 million, and of course I get 10 mil.
the
How
monkey
many,
is
how
trying
many
to hook you up.
modes have basically been kick out, out of control,
Kick out, out of control, gone.
left out lane?
What's up?
Didn't tilt my bonus.
You didn't tilt it. That's good. That's good. You're in the lead now.
Nice.
If I didn't tilt my bonus, I still would have lost the call-in. So therefore, no harm, no foul.
It's true.
Jared Cool Dude asking if we could do a video game of the Papa Pinball for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, or Nintendo Switch. We can't because we don't have it, but I'm sure there's
We
some.
don't?
No.
Oh, I'm
has
sure
to.
something might be in the works of something like that. I'm not trying to foreshadow anything
Oh.
besides that drain. But yes, you never know. All right, Colin, you let me down. I guess.
Well, so
someone he only needs one ball.
All I need is for Colin just to not play pinball well, and I can win this.
That's true.
You got this.
But that's how you never want to win. I mean, you want to win, but you never want to win like that.
So have you guys seen all four of the Indiana Jones movies?
I'm sorry, there's
I
only
have.
3.
I have seen all of 3 of them. And actually, just for lulls, I did watch the
I
fourth
backhanded that. Did you see that?
And
That's a
it-
backhand.
That was nice.
And we got
like
the
I
Well
said,
of Souls.
you can't do it from the
Oh,
cradle.
goodness.
So
Thank
which
you for proving that.
so which one's your favorite?
The one where he finds treasure, as in all of them.
He found a crystal skull in one. That was treasure.
That's treasure. I prefer. I'd say my favorite one
Oh my God!
is the one I watched
Oh.
on Mother's Day with my mom.
Come on, give me eternal life.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Eternal life.
Eternal life from a 6-ball multi-ball?
Yeah. Well, as soon as it's over, you get right back into it. Oh, we still got 2 balls in play. With
Yeah.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was going to do the thing with the lock shot, but it didn't, which is too bad.
It didn't. Wah, wah. That was a good shot, but Indiana Jones says no. Oh, with the kick action. Did you see that? He's playing serious. Colin's in trouble.
Another fun fact about this movie, this along with Gremlins
Nice.
was the
nice.
reason.
Come on!
Oh,
No,
that was a
yeah, it
great
gets the rebound.
shot.
It's the reason that the PG-13 designation was created.
Why?
They thought that this and Gremlins were just a tiny bit too violent, but they weren't quite R, so there needed to be something in between. and
Right.
PG-13 came
Not
right
quite
after that.
R.
Well, now I'm in that weird 2-ball.
All right,
single
take
ball,
advantage of it.
multi-ball.
And now you're out of it.
No, he's still in it.
He's still in it. I was like just waiting for it. I was like, and you're in it, and then you're out.
Now, if he actually knocked down the
Oh, nice.
Well, so that's interesting. Is it considered skillful play that he was able to lock that ball and now he can take his time?
He had to do it himself. Now, what happens if he locks this ball?
I'll start the other multi-ball, maybe.
Oh,
It won't matter.
it won't matter.
It won't matter.
That would have been an interesting thought to see what would have happened.
That's
right
what I
there.
was trying for that. That's correct.
All right,
All right,
Colin
Colin.
Nice ball.
is in trouble.
Colin has some work to
What's
do.
he have lit?
What's your
What is it?
strategy? What's your strategy?
Well of Souls.
Well of Souls.
All right.
That's all he's going to go for.
It's a good strategy.
I bet you're going to break out of that hole at least twice.
Wow.
It's mean.
It is.
Not for Colin. He's been dialed into it.
I mean, he's
First
gonna,
he has
he
to
can
get
make
the
the
feed.
shot.
There it is.
And
Now, if he
lower.
was using your strategy, he would. See?
Oh,
Damn.
see, I'm giving him good luck. That's all I'm doing. That's what I'm
Nice.
trying. That's what I'm here for. Now shoot some fireballs.
Now, during this mode, you're trying to shoot it into the lock shot.
The center scoop swirly thing. Oh, jeez.
You earn points based off of how many balls you still have in play.
Well, that was quick. All right, interesting strategy. Only worth 5 million. I think you get that from not actually even playing the mode. Is that true?
Yeah, that's the minimum. Uh-oh, video
Oh,
mode.
here he goes.
Oh, all right.
He's gonna get the
Medallion.
medallion. He's gonna
Get the
get it.
medallion.
He's gonna get it. Over there. Over there. That way. Look at this guy. He is just a shooting fool.
Oh, no, no.
Oh. He got
Pulled
a little
away too
excited.
quick, and
You should have pulled out your second gun. Now, there are some pinball machines where you get like a free hit if you pull the trigger. Is this game one of them, where if you pull the trigger during a video mode, you get something?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Well, in some video modes,
In some
as
video
you
modes,
demonstrated
yes.
earlier.
And so,
Well, I
James,
guess you guys can decide amongst yourself who's going to come play the champion.
yeah, James has won, so I guess this means Colin is now the producer.
This will be interesting. All right.
There will be no
is
further
it,
camera
Pete, is it
changes
you?
for
Yeah,
the
so
remainder
Jake
of
would
the
be up.
program.
Jake, all right,
All
Jake
right.
will be up. Make sure you hand over your lovely headset to Colin whenever the time comes. Beautiful. All right. Keep going there, James. Nice nudge. See, the one thing I do like about how we have this game set up is we do have a nice clean white rubber on that right outlane. So as long as you're active enough and able to basically look ahead, and everyone falls in that first pit, except for Jake whenever it's lit for lots of points.
One time I did not fall during practice.
Yeah, here's the Monty ball.
All right, we've got some big point potential here. He can hit the left ramp to light his jackpot, or he can lock them back in the Well of Souls to multiply that jackpot. He can increase the price of his jackpot. There's one ball gone. The price is doubled, so it is a 22 million times 2 jackpot. If he can hit that right ramp. Beautiful.
Like that.
And now the ball is stuck, so we have to cradle up.
I will attempt to cradle up.
This is going to be very difficult. So if you're playing in a tournament and this happens, you need to gain control of the ball. That's your #1 goal right now.
But this isn't a tournament,
This
so
is a tournament,
play on.
but we want him to cradle up. I want to see him cradle.
No.
No? No cradle?
I'm trying to cradle.
He's trying. Good. That's
That'll
a cradle.
cradle.
All right, so we got the ball stuck on the left there. If the producer could, move
Free
the
my
camera
own
to
ball.
have a look. Oh, he's going to get the ball first. The ball, yes, good little arrow action. That's actually right here. Or actually, is that it right there?
That's it right there.
That's it right
well,
there.
let's watch the hands.
I thought
and
it
see.
was right there. Yeah, look, there it is.
It's going to fall.
It's sitting right there. Oh, right there. Oh, no.
I don't know how we're going to stop it.
Get a magnet. Get a magnet.
Magnet. We're getting a magnet.
All right, this is interesting. So now, Pete, what would happen? Hold a flipper up.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. It would have been funny if if he flipped and the ball dislodged, would it be his fault? Would he get a compensation ball?
I believe I get a compensation ball at this point.
Get
'Cause
that
in the
useless
process
piece
of moving the
paper out of the way.
glass.
All right, I want to see if this works.
No.
No?
Cheap magnet. Okay, ready? I'm going to go fast.
Oh, this spells danger.
This is not going to end well.
All right.
So the
Slow
rolling
claps
there
from behind.
is that's a drain.
That would be a drain.
Gotta get the.
He in tournament play, would he get a compensation ball for that?
No.
No.
Nope.
Why not?
Because
Is it because it's basically like a drained ball?
Yep.
Like for instance, if you have a ball that jumps up on the apron, like basically down here. If you have a ball that jumps up down there, that is a drained ball. They will open the game up, pick the ball off of the apron, and drain it for you. So I kind of feel like it would be a drained ball, but at the same time,
Yep, that was a drain.
Was it drained?
I'm
It
saying
was
so.
gone?
That's my rolling,
All right.
and that's how it ended up. So, nice nudge.
That was beautiful nudge. Oh, he's warmed up now.
And there's 3 million point loop.
He's actually making shots, something I was unable to do. Look at
Ooh.
this guy. Who's the producer of? This is incredible. He came to play. That Boston market really helped him out. Nice nudge. You see how he's being he's ahead of the
He's
outlanes here.
playing very aggressively.
Yes. As soon as the ball gets close to those outlanes, he's moving the machine.
Hey, come here real quick, Jake.
What's the matter?
The lock bar's not all the way down.
So if you're playing and the lock bar's not all the way down, what's the ruling?
You call for a tech to come fix your lockdown bar.
Exactly. He was able to get the ball in a cradle. As you can see, he's got the lift flipper up with the ball on it.
I actually had that happen in a tournament where
Sticking all the way
I
up.
tried to do something and I popped the whole lock bar off.
Yeah, I've had that happen to myself during a game. I don't think it was a tournament game, but it happened to me while I was playing a game, and I kind of was like, oh, Now what? Colin, have you ever had that happen?
I've not had that happen, but I have had during a launch party tournament the coin door open and hit me. So
Yes, I've had that happen myself. And it resulted in me losing power to the flippers. The
Yeah.
ball drained. And I got a compensation ball.
You got a compensation ball for that?
I did.
Man, your tournament directors are nice.
I know. All right,
We're back in
here's
the Raven
James's
video
chance
mode.
to go into the Raven. All right, count it. How many?
Now-
I'm guessing 14. Oh, he got a free
Only
right
stay
off the
on
bat.
one side, James.
Yeah.
only stay on one
stay on
side.
one side. You're in the middle. There's a guy on the far left. Oh, there he is. You're getting shot, James. He's shooting.
Nope.
Only if they're on the screen.
That's good to know. Oh, he shot you. I guess 14. I was pretty close.
Let's see, they were saying here, John taught me to never travel past center in video mode and it won't populate the other side.
That's good to know.
So I'm wondering if that means if they spawn.
It was probably shooting me from the other side.
Yeah.
But
Can
I
they
went-
shoot you off screen, or can they just not appear off screen?
I think they don't actually shoot, but they're there. It's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat.
Okay.
Is it
If I-
shooting
if
me,
I don't see
or
you,
is it
did you
not
shoot me?
there? Yeah, if I don't see you, did you actually shoot me? I like that.
Am
better.
I dead or am I alive?
Yeah, you never know.
Everybody-
Let's go to the center and find out, and that's how he lost.
Play an army with
that's-
friends and little going, bang, I got you. And you're like, how can you get me? You can't even see me.
Yeah.
I used a grenade.
You're playing Cowboys and Indians, and you're an Indian. You don't have guns.
Nice ball.
That was a very, very good ball. Excellent nudging. A little too late on that last nudge, but resulted in a drain. But big points, good lead. Let's see what Jay can do. He'll get
He
that
can
ball
use
back.
his
I'm getting
eternal
some
life.
more lanes.
Hey, he needs to get that
That's
in
my
lane
plan.
up top, so I definitely don't blame him. Interesting strategy. I don't know. He's not going to get that one back, though. He's trying to get those super jets somehow, some way.
That's a good strategy.
Was he building up that super jackpot?
Building up that super drain. Oh, boy. Oh, get ahead of it. There you go. Beautiful. See, right there. He didn't let the game choose where the ball went by it just naturally going to the in lane or the out lane. He nudged the ball to put it back into the center of the play field, like the area of play, as I like to call it.
You
That's
taught me
what
that.
that's what you want to do.
He taught me that on this game
Oh,
when we
I'm-
streamed it that one day.
yes, I did. That
I
makes- that
learned it
makes
by
me so
watching you,
happy.
Chris.
Look at that. Wax on, wax off. Which might be a spoiler for maybe next week.
It's actually 2
2
weeks.
weeks from now. We'll get to that. All right, so we're back on this quick multi-ball here. He's got a path of adventure. Oh, 10 million. I love this.
Well, it actually came out that
It
time.
did.
So maybe it's like getting stuck in there or something.
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
Tote 10 multi-ball bonus.
I don't
Oh.
believe that we have any mods done to the mode start on this machine. We're seeing a few rejects on this. It's quite a difficult shot to get it to settle in there.
Yeah.
It's strong. It's a combination of strong flippers and a very tight with the rubbers.
I did that.
Someone asked that in
I
the
did
chat.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? Is it YouTube or Twitch?
Any,
is
it's the
on
Twitch
Twitch.
chat. Any mods to the mode start on this machine? I saw one that had a Dremel taken to it so that the ball would settle a little easier.
Oh, I would not want to do that to my.
Oh,
Indiana Jones.
here's the times where we wish Dan was here. Dan, would you take a Dremel
Yeah,
to
Dan.
an Indian?
I would like to hear the colorful language. Oh, look at that! Speaking of colorful, there's a narrow escape from Jake. Oh,
come
he can't
on.
do it again.
It's just not fair.
That's just not fair. That's just not nice. Be nice, Indiana Jones. Be nice.
2 narrow escapes in a row would be amazing.
Would be incredible.
Would be
I've seen a bunch.
Yeah, if that post is pulled in all the way, you can get you can
Yeah,
get narrow
you can
escapes without
narrow
even doing
escape all day.
anything.
That's actually a very good strategy, is aiming for the outlane just to get a narrow escape and build up the millions.
Actually, let me. I pulled up the guide from pinball.org, and I think someone mentioned the narrow escape goes up 1 million each time.
Does it have
and
a cap?
That's why I was. See if I can find it here.
Jared Cool Dude 34 asks, "Hey Pop, are you going to do a live stream for Replay Effects?"
Oh,
The
come
answer
on.
is yes. We will most definitely be live streaming. What happened?
It's in the same exact spot. Came down the
All right, let's get it rolling.
same thing.
Meanwhile, look
safely.
at Indy in the middle of the bridge. Hey, Jim, can you step to the side? We can't see anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, beautiful. We got Indy in the bridge. Time is counting down.
Yeah, sadly.
As you can see, the ball is in the same exact spot. That's right over there.
It came down, ran up, and landed there. I don't think we're going to save it.
Let's try it again. Be gentle, guys. Be
Here,
gentle.
Pete.
All right, Colin, do you have any fun stories of stuck balls such as this? And there it goes. Any stories? What do you got?
Any stories of stuck balls?
Stuck ball stories. Those are really, really nice. Like where you just had a ball get stuck and you're just like, wow.
I mean, I've had some interesting ones. Stuck on Walking Dead on the well walker right behind. He's just hiding it for
behind
me.
him. Like
That's a good
him
one.
and the pop bumper?
Yeah.
I had one. I had the exact same one, and it really threw me off.
But yes, that would be considered a that would be roll to drain
That's
under
a
the that's
drain.
pinball.
That's pinball, James. We're not going to fix it. Aim for other things, man. Come on.
All right.
What did you shoot to get that? The ramp? Well, then don't aim for the ramp.
You're hitting the ramp so
silly.
fast and it's just catching something on the way around, I guess.
Yeah, I hit that ramp a couple times. I got a couple air balls off of it. That's basically the way this is set up with these very strong flippers, very clean play field.
Ooh.
Little bit of vegetable oil on the play field for some extra oomph.
Jared called in with a question that I can really love to answer. What day are you going to replay FX? Well, Thursday and Friday and Saturday and
maybe
Sunday
yeah.
and
That would be August 1st through the 4th. Is that correct?
not to mention the 3 days before it and the day after, setting up and tearing down.
Yes.
I live in the convention center for a week.
Yep. And just want to say a big
Come
thank you to
on.
all the volunteers that will be there for Replay FX. All of their hard work and dedication is what makes it as great as it is for the people that show up to entertain themselves during it. So thank you.
He makes a shot.
James wants us to say there'll be autograph signings.
Oh yeah, the crew will be there. Hopefully, I'm still playing.
If
I like how last year everyone was like, all right, and once CDs gets eliminated, he'll be in the booth. I'm like, yep, I'll be there like the first round, and then I
Yeah, what
ended up
happened?
making it to the final four, and it was great. But like, I love commentating. I'm not gonna lie. If it came down to it, if I can have as much fun and make money doing commentating versus playing, I would do it. I would stop playing. I would play for fun, obviously, but tournament-wise, I would stop.
I wish I was good enough to do both. Actually
Yeah.
commentate while I'm playing
Oh man,
and winning.
it is enjoyable. I really love commentating. I hope everyone enjoys my silly antics, and hopefully it's not too much. Ring. Oh, 10 million.
Ooh.
Hey, aim for the, where's the monkey?
Where's the monkey going? He's telling you, oh, he
the
likes that right
the
ramp.
He's going crazy. He's going,
Oh,
hey,
now he moved.
He's going, oh, he moved, never mind.
I
He's
think
going
now he likes that
bananas.
right
He likes
ramp.
that right ramp. Come on, Jake.
It feels,
Give him some bananas.
it feels like a George Michael
Oh,
song.
10 million, that's not bad. Oh, he's still in that right ramp, come on. Oof. This is actually fairly entertaining here. Wait, maybe it's the left? Maybe, oh, nope, it's not that one. He's still jumping around. Oh,
Didn't
still
find her.
35 million
For missing.
for missing, the
missing.
shots.
I believe that's
And
one of the
not
modes where
dying. Note the missing and not dying.
if you make the first shot, if you get the correct ramp shot or whichever shot, then it'll progress to a second phase. And if you choose to, you can use the gun trigger to end that phase.
What?
Save me!
Where did you hear that from?
He got the.
Is it written down somewhere?
I learned that on one of the PAPAtv tutorials.
That's fantastic. That's why we do them, folks. Learn, enjoy, love it. Oh, nice nudge. Jake getting it out of danger on the left out lane there. And then putting it right back in danger. He actually made his shot, but it decided to go straight
Went-
down.
It was airborne as it went over.
So that
the
was big
flippers.
bonus, but it will not be enough to take down our producer. And now we have our next competitor. I'm not going to call him a victim just yet. I think he's a little warmed up. So, James, be afraid. we have Pete Hendricks stepping up, and stepping in, we have Jake. Jake, how'd your game go besides the loss? You had some really excellent saves.
That
some
last
excellent
ball,
nudges.
I was sort of channeling James on that last
You did
ball where
very
I was
well.
nudging hard.
Look
and
at that, a slap save into the Raven bar.
Staying to the right.
Stay to one side, just hold right. Oh, you should've
To
went
the left.
There you go. Why are you going over there, James? Why you? He knows what he's doing. Look at him go.
Uh-oh.
Out the medallion, yeah!
And that's how you Raven bar.
And that's how you do it. Now don't tilt. He's got the path of adventure. Oh, he's gonna let it go. He's gone.
gonna
He's
let it.
gone.
I want that 35
All right, you've earned a medallion, James. Here's your medallion. Good job.
Oh, 12
Yes.
wins. The perfect round.
Turn it around.
20 shots, the
Yes,
perfect
good job.
round.
20 shots, perfect. Boom. And you too can earn one of these possibly this year by coming to Pinburg if you are a competitor. If you get a perfect round, you are rewarded. I almost said awarded. You are rewarded.
It's both.
You are awarded and rewarded. All right, Pete is now only 2 left ramps away from minecart action. I want it. We're not switching games until someone gets the minecart.
Oh, is that how this works?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I want. That's all I want.
I have to
and,
go-
I have to be in it. So if someone hits it, I'm dropping this. I might make a loud
Awesome.
noise.
Bonus X. Yay.
All right, so now he's going to aim for the right ramp to steal some stones. This is a really awesome
Oh.
move. I love hearing the noises.
Oh.
That's a creepy looking face, too. I love it. He didn't steal any stones, but he still got 5 million points. All right, hopefully that's a little not as
Does that
wonky.
get you?
Is that better?
That's better.
We can see. You could just zoom out, but
No, I just wanted everybody to see where that ball gets stuck whenever it
We'll
happens
just get it
again
stuck
to me.
Yeah,
Again.
whenever you get it stuck
get
again.
it stuck again, and then we'll just. It's a catastrophic malfunction, and we'll get the game.
I should put a little piece of double stick tape there, so.
Is that a good way to eliminate where stuck balls happen? Is to put some double stick tape?
No.
That was bad. That's well, I'm thinking it's coming so fast that it hops up on the metal diverter to protect it from coming here and
Yeah.
just puts it up top, wedges it under
Yeah.
the glass.
He gets a little wedge action. All right, Pete. He has the mine cart lit. James, you be ready. You be ready. Because it's happening. Don't touch
If I can get the ball on a flipper.
All right, do not hit the left ramp. Do not be me, please. All right. Should I get ready, Pete? Can I join this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah,
right
you,
there. Hold
need, you need me to make this shot. It's too much pressure.
Come on, Pete. Just start a mode.
It
Well,
was
it's still there.
It was in.
He didn't hit a ramp.
Oh, we need an overhead
I
camera.
heard that hit,
Yep.
and my heart jumped. Like
Okay.
I was really happy, and then I was so upset.
James,
Oh.
I think we need an overhead camera of the PAPAtv area.
Why? So we
Just
can
just to be able to see people scrambling around.
Well, I mean, this is that rare occasion where you can do something this entertaining. Oh man!
I don't know why I tried
Shame.
to backhand that ramp.
All right, I'm stepping up right now because I actually will be the next player to play against the winner here. So I'm stepping up for this. Pete, no pressure, but I
Right.
will be right behind you.
Yeah, so I'm giving up possibly winning just to entertain you,
Well, yeah. Isn't that how PAPAtv works?
I guess.
Oh, no.
Oh. For those at home following along, by shooting the ramp, PD advanced the mode select to a different position, away from the mine car. A perfectly reasonable thing to do, except for the fact that we all wanted to see him play mine car.
And there's the adventure.
You can still continue. I think the adventure's all down here.
Oh, choose wisely. Yeah, and I can't look. Yeah, but I'm not allowed to look, remember?
Well, one in
Is it
6
5?
chance.
5 or 6?
I think it's 6.
6.
Oh,
See you tomorrow.
all right. James is back, holding his.
This isn't like my era of game.
No,
I just want to point that out, that I never play the modern games because usually I'm not good at it.
I'm certain we could get a custom wedge head made for this if you want it in your collection at home.
I mean, I would love this game, actually. Especially with the color DMD.
Yeah, it's true. The color D&D is awesome in this game.
That was close.
Some solid ramp action.
Yes, the right ramp also changes it. The right ramp also advances it. So if I hit a left ramp, a right ramp, and then hit the mode start, and it stays. Entertainment at its finest.
All right.
All right, that's no pressure.
In the Twitch chat room, thank you to Men at Warlock for the biddy.
Hey, the Men of Warlock, my buddy. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Give me a dogfight. Even better.
10 million.
10 million.
Those are guaranteed.
Guaranteed points. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just gonna. Can I just time this out?
You could. It's boring TV, though.
Whoa, that came around really fast. Stones are indeed mine.
Bam, 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 bam.
Solid.
20 million right there.
And around
boy.
again.
Oh, that's gone.
Oh.
Oh,
Don't tilt now. No tilting. Walk away.
hands up. Yay. One shot, 25 million.
She actually had to make that shot, so.
Okay, I have to play.
So you actually trying to win, or are you trying to get the mine cart?
No, I'm trying to win.
Okay.
There's not too many times I get to beat CDs. So I'll take whatever I can. I think I'm currently ranked like 2000s or something like that in the world.
After this game, you might fall to like 2000.
I'm pretty sure it's lit. Yes. All right, no ramps. I just got to get a cradle on the right, and it needs to stick. Get the Dremel. Get the Dremel. Come on.
Oh, you got to earn it.
You got to earn it. All right. All right. Who wants in the cart? Feel free to make your way.
This is going to get ridiculous here in a moment. This is bar room fun if you can get this.
Ah!
Yeah.
First brick.
First brick.
All right, you got it.
I found the shot. Can the shot find me?
There we have it.
All right, come on, guys. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Let's do this. No, you can tell, but I'm going to lean. So just don't hit each other. Oh, this way. All right, we'll go straight. Oh, no. We'll go. Oh, shit.
As you see,
I tricked myself.
don't go through a barrier and good things happen. It speeds
straight.
up
Oh,
after
this
a
way.
while.
No,
And
this way. This way.
there is a
straight.
certain pattern you can follow to find
Oh,
Michigan
it's
J
faster.
Frog.
Ah. Ah!
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was good. That was
they
good.
got the halfway bonus though. 28 million points for shifting left and right, and then
And they're all
28
gone.
million points right out the door.
That wasn't even a move.
It was still carrying all your guys' movements from the mine cart. You
The-
needed to chill for a minute.
The machine like was off camera for a second, but you know, no move.
All right, James is still in this, down by 16. I hope that 28 million doesn't come back to haunt Chris.
I hope it does.
But he got his wish. He got his mine cart, so. Jared Cole dude saying he's going to join us in the next mine cart. If we can get back to the mine cart, everybody at home can participate. Left, right.
20 million, baby.
Take the path of adventure. Nope, turn around. Yes. One in 5 chance here.
Wisely.
And that'll give him the lead if he doesn't tilt. It's things like that you just have fun with. I mean, it'd be easy to trace where the goblet was, but it's a lot more fun to guess. And right, he has his pit lit on the path. You can see it blinking up there. Half ramp, but he gets a second chance at it. Now he's got everything on the right side looking good. Which one will we get? The rubber between them.
Quick multi-ball.
You see there's 5 treasures there. If you're in the multi-ball, you're trying not to lose the ball quickly and getting them. This is a very good ball.
Oh my goodness.
A narrow escape when one wasn't there.
I'll
Sure.
take it. So much sideways movement. I don't want to lose any of that bonus.
You can get multiple 2-ball multi-balls, but it's a little bit harder each time. And James using what he learned earlier.
No.
Yeah, you're getting shot. It's going to be close. 19, 20. He's got it.
Definitely not tilting now.
He's going to video mode his way to victory. It'll be interesting to see what strategy Chris comes up with now. Well, now, James, now you got to get the mine cart and finish the video mode trilogy. As a reminder, we'll be playing some Pharaoh later.
Oh!
There's just sometimes when you're playing, it seems like the ball just does not want to drain. And there's the pit award, 25 million. Well done.
It's like the only time you want to drain in the pit.
Ball 1 locked.
Oh, that's not the minecart. Excellent ball by James.
Count that bonus.
40 and 5 and 25, 74. If that didn't teach you not to tilt your bonus, nothing will.
Oh, I'm tilting my bonus. All right, row bridge. I'm not a big fan. We're just going to go for supers.
Hey, supers are nothing at this point.
Yeah, no. I keep telling you, don't tilt your bonus, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sling. Oh. I can't even make my shots. I'm doomed. Gone. Okay. Whew. Narrow escape.
Points for it, but it was narrow.
Oh, come on. One.
This is one of those multi-balls where, like you mentioned earlier, you could do all
Come on,
this
ball.
work to
Come on,
get
ball.
to it and get nothing out of it.
Oh boy. Oh, I could have saved it.
Yeah, you better.
I was afraid of tilting my bonus.
And James is our big winner on Indiana Jones tonight. We wanted to take a moment to thank Mrs. Penn again for her commentary at the beginning of the game. You can once again you can check out her podcast, Mrs. Penn's Pinball Podcast, and if you follow her on Facebook, her and her family made toppers for the game. You can see it right there. That's their game. Has a hat, and this customized topper was remarkable when I saw the pictures of it.
You can see a little Ark of the Covenant there.
Yeah, a map and a whip.
See the Holy Grail.
In her podcast, she talks about making the dune, and I mean, it's really entertaining the efforts that some people go through for their games. I mean, it seems like such a simple thing that I mean, it's not adding any to gameplay, but it makes the game look so much beautiful. And then there's her and Dr. Penn and their two kids, Princess and Pinderella. If you're out in eastern Pennsylvania, you may see them at some tournaments. I think I go down to Delaware as well. Our upcoming broadcasts next week, in honor of sports finals, we got Stern NBA for basketball and Ice Fever for hockey. Go St. Louis. Then the following week, we have Ghostbusters and Black Belt, two games dealing with two other movies that will be turning 35 this year. And June 11th, Johnny Mnemonic and Spectrum. Can't wait to get my hands on some of those games. So, coming up is one of the dual-level games, Pharaoh. Some of the other ones were Black Knight, which we did a couple weeks ago, Grand Lizard, and Jungle Queen. How do you like these games?
I'm pretty much a fan of any game with sort of the ramp, upper playfield, and MagnaSave layout. I mean, they can be very brutal playing games, but once you get a hold of the game, it really feels good to play.
Right. These games can be long players if you're really controlled and you can get dialed in on the shots. This is something that a player like Eric Stone could make last for an hour at a Cleveland tournament. I want to also thank Dan Hall again. Like I said, this game was being buggy, and he came out here early this morning and went over it with a fine-tooth comb. So hopefully it'll be playing really well for us, and we can put on a good display for it. While they're finishing up the setup here, we'll briefly talk about how to play this game. It's a classic 2-level game. The strategy on the game is to hit the drop targets. Hitting certain drop targets will light locks, or light a lock for a 2-ball multi-ball, and also advance your Pharaoh bonus. And then you can score good points from countdowns based off of your Pharaoh bonus. It's not a really deep game rules-wise, but it's comes into a lot of timing and making your shots when you really need to do it. And hopefully we'll see our players do that. And it sounds like we might be close to ready to go. They're crediting it up, and here we go. Turn that down so we don't blow all your ears out. Dirkman, what temperature is it in the studio? Colin is wearing a wife beater and Pete is wearing a hoodie. I come here straight from work and my office is like 12 degrees, so I always have a hoodie on. It's just like natural for me. And
This is, I always find it good weather to wear a wife beater.
all right, so Chris,
Yes.
so what do you do on Pharaoh?
I'm going to aim for targets up top.
And
And then you want to spell Pharaoh. If you collect to the R, F-H-A-R, I believe it lights a lock.
yeah, that's right. The R's light your lock.
And you got a lock right here. You also have an upper lock up top. I think the best way to go about this game is what do you not want to aim for?
What don't you want to aim for?
Keep the ball up top. Enjoy. This can be a very, very easy game, but it can be a very, very mean game. And I don't even know how it's set up right now. So hopefully it's not that bad. All right, who am I playing against?
It's you and Jake.
Fantastic. Good luck, sir. Tomb.
And you don't get any, there's no warming up on this one while we do a 16-minute description of the game. So one and done. See what you guys can do. You have 10 points. Good job.
Oh,
Now Chris already that left lane right here feeds up to the top. It's a lot easier than
oh no. Slangs.
shooting the ramps.
Oh,
And there's the Magna save. Oh, let go.
as
of
I
it.
hit it, I was like, is this one that has that time thing? So I held it, and I let it go, and that's when I realized I was doomed. Doom.
Now that shot there that Jake made later on, that'll be one of the locks. It can also be used for scoring hurry-ups. So you see that
Nope.
he has already advanced to the A. And he has the far right target up at the top blinking. I believe that one will give him his R. And he hits everything but. Now, Chris, when he was, Chris takes the safe approach there, shooting it into the kick up. Jake taking the more risky ramp approach. But it works out. Now he has his lock lit.
Let's see if I can live to lock a ball.
There's both locks at the upper playfield and the lower playfield. We'll see which one he chooses to go for.
Oh. No!
See, the issue wasn't getting it up back up to the top. It was keeping it up there.
If I remember correctly, the way that these drop targets work is you want to hit the corresponding target on the left bank with the corresponding target on the upper bank.
Correct.
So if you clear all 3 of these, that forces you to hit all 3 of these, and vice versa. So if you can hit just this lower one and then just this left one, then
Accuracy is key on
it's what
the
you
upper
wanna
play
do.
field.
and it's really tough for this little baby flipper.
And you see some drop targets in the bottom.
Yep, down here as well.
Those ones will relight your magna saves.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. No. No!
Those magna saves are a very tough skill to get used to. And finding just the right amount to use to keep your ball in play. I mean, because while it stops it momentarily, it still has the motion. David Dennis with the great question. Is the hidden tomb really hidden if it's marked on the plastic? Apparently what he's saying there is tomb, but
Tomb.
when Jake and I were warming up earlier,
Doom!
Doom seemed much more...
Well, that would have been nice on the last ball. No magazine.
All right.
Yeah, I think he's reminding you,
Yeah, that
certainly
makes
don't look for my hidden tomb. It's a secret. Don't tell anyone.
What? Secret's out.
Oh, you found it. In the Pharaoh chamber and the slave tomb and
No. Oh, come on.
all
No,
kinds of
let's
places
just
to look
hit
for treasure in this
everything.
game.
Oh, I got that one. That's gone. Oh, Woohoo!
And it worked there. Now, that was an interesting one. It didn't
Oh,
stop it. It
come
threw it back towards the middle, but
Some crazy insert action.
A little bit of crazy. All right, let's see if we can post past this. Nope, we can't. Let's try again. Woohoo! All right. Loving it.
back up top.
And back down.
I'm not exactly sure what all.
Oh, get in there.
There's the lock.
Nope.
Oh, no, that was the
Points,
hurry up,
hurry up.
45,000. Still needs one more letter for the lock. The start and stop feature, you start and stop, flashes the lit letters in Pharaoh on the captive ball to collect a 3x or 5x lit value depending on which shot you use to start it. As the countdown is made, the eject hole lamps flash. Making the eject hole while flashing stops the countdown and scores the remaining amount on the display. It seems to be like around 5 seconds of time that you have to do it. But that is adjustable in the settings. Chris has his R now, so his lock is lit.
No, slings, don't do this to me. Oh, it did it. Why am I playing like it's going to tilt like an Indiana Jones?
All right, see, he's got some work done on that ball.
Tough drain there, and Chris hangs on to the win. And now Chris gets to play the bonus ball of victory, and
The
Jake
bonus
gets
ball
to
of
move over
victory.
here while Jake joins me.
Can we turn off this feature?
Nope, play it. Get a high score. Doom.
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 Hey, what other game says Doom?
Doom.
Give me a game that has a Doom call out.
Doom.
No, pinball.
Oh,
I was almost like, I barely touched it.
thank you, Captain Retro, for answering the question. I was just looking that up. It was Tony Kramer who designed this game in 1981. There were 2,500 of them made.
Oh, no. Good boy.
Nice.
Good job.
Get this thing
Now,
to
this
do
is-
work for you.
Yes.
This is one time where I'm so thankful that the internet has so much information. When Jake and I were testing this out the other night to see if it was working for the broadcast, we were trying to guess what the rules were, and then I read them today, and it's like, wow, we weren't close on anything.
We weren't close at all. I think we sort of figured out the stop and
How do I
score
start
thing.
multi-ball? Hey, I figured it out.
Yeah, hit a switch.
My little
Yeah,
flipper.
it's if you trust these rules here, it's after so many switch hits or a timer, but it is possible to drain out without ever getting the multi-ball.
Kind of like TX Sector.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good shot. Woo!
You've got it.
Success.
So which are the games that have Black Knight style MagnaSave, where when you hit the button once, it grabs the ball until it's stopped, mostly stopped at least, and drops it? And which ones have these MagnaSaves?
What, Grand Lizard's this style.
Right.
Was the original Black Knight this style too?
No, the original Black Knight grabs the ball and holds
Does
it.
grab it? Okay.
I mean, unless there's a software setting that lets you determine what it does, but there's no count
And
on it.
Jungle Queen is this style as well.
Right. Did they use the Black Knight style on any games other than Black Knight? That's a question for the chat room.
Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Or Jungle Lord, I'm sorry, not Jungle Queen.
Yeah.
Jungle Queen. Jungle Queen doesn't have any magnets in it. Come on, Pete.
Jungle Queen has monkeys, though, and it would have fit the
Yeah.
theme today.
Oh, it's definitely got some monkeys in it. Monkey brains. No. Oh, yeah, great.
Zach AJ in the YouTube chat room saying the 3 Black Knights are the only ones that have the grab and hold MagnaSave.
Into the doom.
Oh, I shouldn't have shot that on the fly.
Whoa.
Hey. Oh, come on. That was a good shot.
Interesting.
That's
We can
unstuck.
drain that for you.
Hey, it's the lower flipper, guys. It's the lower flipper. Or upper flipper, sorry. I'm getting everything mixed up. What time is it? Is it bedtime? So this is like my typical strategy. When it's down here, you have to catch it. Don't even flip it. Why flip?
Because
you can-
flipping
you
is
can
fun.
do that. Hey, what do you say? Thank you? You're welcome, Pharaoh. Give me that point.
There it is. Oh, that was the stop and score.
Yep. Now, okay,
There's
there's
the
the
R.
Ah,
Nope.
Nope, not
get
quite.
back in there. Come on, little flip. Flip, kid. Flip. No.
Now you see the 2 lock lanes, and you would think, hey, does this game have a 3-ball multi-ball? But it
No.
doesn't.
Not. You can just lock from the lower playfield, but you can do that.
Love this. Love the sounds.
Because having a ball on the lower playfield when you plunge it to the top is going to be so helpful.
I detect sarcasm.
Your sarcasm detector is functioning properly.
Now during multi-ball, you got double scoring. So,
So
now,
hitting that captive ball might be
Hey!
good. Oh, nice.
wow, that
All
was
right.
a cool shot.
That was. All right, you get extra points for that, Chris.
Thank you.
My sarcasm meter goes off in awe of your
Oh,
pinball skills.
if I can just cradle one on each flipper. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Now what are you going to do with it?
No hands?
Well, he can do the stop and score, right?
No.
No.
Oh, come on. Get back up there.
Oh, no, this is going to be tricky. So did
Oh,
you
no.
staged with the
I staged with the mini flip.
mini flipper?
That it does bring up a good point there. That right upper flipper is smaller. It is a mini flipper, and that is the way the game was designed.
Yeah, when we first saw this, we're like, wait a minute, is this
Oh, jeez.
it's like
They're
putting
coming at me from all angles.
So if we ever take Solar Flyer to a tournament again, that's probably what we'll do.
yeah. Steal that idea. All right, nice. Oh, and they're right back down. But we all saw it.
Oh man, I almost forgot the flip up top.
90,000 point stop and score.
I'll take it.
Beautiful.
It's like a doubled doom.
No! Oh, that was bad. Don't do that.
This game has some good audio, good call-outs for this
Chris.
time.
Almost spelled all of Pharaoh up there.
Oh,
Bet
I
if you
need- I
get
need
back
an
up there and
H.
hit that captive ball,
All right.
goodness would ensue.
Ah.
There's one.
Oh, come on.
It's a remarkable ball.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Doom.
No, that's not good. Good thing there's no
Now-
Indiana Jones slings on here. That would have airballed and got caught on a wire form. Oh, oh no, no! Oh, there's a sling. Ah! Oh, how close was that?
Jeez.
I feel like you need to hit it from the mini flip.
Back up top.
Oh, we talked about the lower drop targets building up your Magna save. They're also used to light collect bonus.
Chris is
If
giving
you
a
make-
master's class here.
Yeah, if
on,
you make both banks
Oh, did
at
you?
the bottom,
that
light
was beautiful.
collect bonus in the hidden tomb.
Oh man. Oh god. Oh
This is-
wow. Rock. Is that what we said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. He's-
All right. How do I collect bonus?
You need to clear the bottom drop targets.
No. Who does
Doom.
that? Who does that?
Well,
That's
somebody
Doom.
who wants
Somebody
to
who wants
collect.
to- yeah.
That's Doom. Are these timed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, see what happens?
Oh.
You see what happens?
Oh. Well, there
So-
you collected bonus.
I collect them up. That's how you do it.
Chris's one ball of Pharaoh was as long as all 4 of his games on Indiana Jones.
So, Colin, do you have any questions about what to do now?
Yes. I have lots. I don't think I can put them into words, but
You need to do the exact same thing, or you'll be back over here.
So I keep trying to tell him, when it's down here, you're cradling, you're trying to get control. He tried to back it on the fly, and whoop, right down the middle. It's tough. It's always really hard. All right, I have Slave's Tomb. Well, that sounds nice. Let's do that. Maybe. Oh man, what am I doing? Bounce over. Oh. Don't shoot on the fly. Extra
Don't.
ball is lit.
Don't do what Chris is doing.
Oh, we're gonna shoot that on the fly.
Why?
On the fly. Cause that's why. I had extra ball lit. I wanted to show the extra ball animation to our #1 fan, but I couldn't get it.
Extra ball animation.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Extra ball. All right, Colin. You got a lot of work to do, but you saw Chris do it.
Victory laps. Oh, that's an extra ball up top too. If you get an extra ball during this, do you like get more points or something?
I have my doubts.
I have my doubts.
Nice. Should work on your magnet save while these balls are free.
Boom. 2 mil. Count it.
Bam.
I almost made the high score. Oh, 2.3.
Wow.
I should have tried.
You should have
harder.
tried harder.
Who are we playing? Oh, Pete. Pete's good at this game. This will be a good one for everybody. Oh boy. I was like, that's
Oh.
danger.
Yeah, Chris says I'm good at this game, but I already admitted that I was making up rules when we were trying to see if it worked, so see if I learned anything from watching him.
Nice. So you learned that trick. It'll bounce off the. Did bounce off the rubber below the tip of the flipper. Well, it'll be useful to know where that shot is once it's worth something.
What to do from here? Probably not that. Doom. I'm all over that target down
Yeah,
there.
you
It's not
are.
really worth anything, but I'm all over it.
All right, here it is. Nice. Back up top.
Hey, stop firing.
There it is.
I don't feel like I've had any control of this
Yeah.
ball. I'm just
Yeah.
flailing and making things happen.
You're flailing the right things at least, and not flailing to the out lane. Nice. They're both back. Oh.
Look, Ma, I trapped up.
Yeah.
Now what?
That's not a thing you usually see in a Petey Hendricks game.
Well, that was
Nice
fun.
save.
Little try.
Oh, there,
Good
that
play.
worked. You're no longer trapped up.
Hey, they staged. I didn't do nothing with the stage, but they staged. I got a question mark over here too. I got one of my outlet or my outlane mystery lit. So if I want to drain, I want to drain down that one.
So Chris is consistently going with the backhand into this lane to get up top, and Petey's consistently going up there to get back up top. Right. Oh, here it is.
It's just comfort level.
Oh, you just saved yourself from that mystery.
Yeah,
Nope,
but-
nope, you didn't save yourself from that mystery.
I got the mystery though. What was it? Yeah.
Quite a good ball. Let's see if Chris can match his last game.
No.
Yeah, that was all ball 2 in that last
Yeah,
game,
that was
too.
that was an awesome multi-ball that I had too. That was tough. Oh, it threads the needle. And then he does a stupid flip. Oh boy, that's gone. Come on. Oh,
Nice.
fine. No. Why?
So Chris has got his locks now.
Nope. Get in there. Boom.
There it is. All right.
So is there only a 2-ball multi-ball in this
Yes,
game?
there's only a 2-ball multi-ball in this game. You can lock either up at the top of the playfield here or along this shot down here, but only
Ugh.
there's no way to get a third ball.
Boink. I want that collect bonus. Ugh.
Oh.
Denied.
So that's the danger of this style of MagnaSave is you can flip it out just as easily as you can flip it back in.
Oh, as soon as I shot that, I was like, that's not good. No, bad. All right, there's one. Do I have to now? Are they both ready? It says collect bonus right there. I like that light.
All right. Oh, look at that.
Hooray! All right, Pharaoh,
And
settle
it's
down.
lit for a stop and score.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Get back there.
You could collect that bonus again, Chris.
Maybe. Oh! Oh, no! Something's on the playfield! Something
So-
came off.
So Marcello in
I
the
got a post cap off, just so you guys know.
in the chat asks if this game is on tournament settings, which all of the machines that we're playing are set up the way they're going to be played for Pinburg. So if there are tournament settings on the game, they're set that way. Extra balls are almost all turned off, except in very rare circumstances. And if there were rubber on the outlanes or things like that, you wouldn't expect to be able to find that.
Yeah, in most cases, if you find
Teamwork.
something that makes the game easier, it's going to be removed
No.
when you play. If you're playing at Pinburg, there will be some instances on games if, say, there's not a safe feed or a way to short plunge. There may be a short ball saver,
Thank you.
but
I want to hit
it would be safe to assume on most modern games that ball save would be off.
Yeah, usually finding a ball save on a Pinburg machine is a very pleasant surprise.
Boom. Oh. How'd the top one fall? Did you guys see
And
that?
yeah. And some machines, you'll find things like, yeah, Black Knight is an example where the locks are set to hard locks on that game, which means that you don't, when you plunge the ball, the locks at the top of the playfield are not lit, and so you actually have to go down to the bottom of the playfield and shoot the little bonus. What is it? The add bonus.
Yeah, it's
That-
a small
that
loop on the
little,
left.
Right. So you have to shoot that and then get back up to the upper playfield in order to get the locks lit.
What do I get for reading?
And if you light them on one ball, they'll be out on the next ball. So, yeah, these machines are, you know, I mean, the big concern in Pinburg is they need the rounds. The rounds are all timed rounds, so they have to end on time. So machines can't be left in particularly forgiving positions, or the A groups will just play on them forever and ever.
Before I begin my ball, something I forgot during the game changeover. Congratulations to Julie Dorsers for winning the inaugural Dahlia Rowan Memorial Tournament over the weekend. She's been on fire lately, and that was a great thing that the New York people did, naming the tournament after Dahlia.
Indeed.
Brick!
Doom.
At least you lost yours with style. Mine was just lost by me being
Doom.
cheeky.
We haven't heard him call out Doom lately.
It's because it's Tomb, actually.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Now I understand.
Oh, no. He said Tomb. Pharaoh's Doom.
Well,
Pharaoh's Doom. Enter Pharaoh's Doom. All the drops, guys. All of them.
that's very nice. Now you got your locks lit.
Are they? What?
You can shoot the bottom one.
But I want to see what the extra ball. Oh, it's not lit
Doom.
anymore. I don't know what that does. Let's just come back down again. Why not?
Oh. Nice.
Hail, hail, rock, rock, rock. Woo! I love
that
that.
was that the
extra ball,
cheer?
That's the extra ball call out. Hail, hail, rock, rock, rock.
Is that the cheer
That's
at
the cheer.
Pharaoh High?
Maybe. Oh.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
Give me that thing. There's that one.
Nice.
How do you think he does?
Wow.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That was me.
oh,
That was me. I
oh.
did that.
Oh,
Danger.
now they're down on the lower playfield.
Ow! Okay. What can we do now? Oh, we can collect bonus. So if I already have those 3 completed. So if I complete these, it'll let me collect bonus.
All right.
So let's just go for that. Okay.
Yeah, this looks like a good strategy.
There we go. On drain.
Doom.
That's a sign of a very good player. He even said if he hit those targets, he was collecting his bonus, and that's exactly what happened. I wish I was able to call shots like that. Remarkable.
So JMW Rainwater in Twitch chat asks, if you could only take one pinball machine with you to a deserted island, what would you choose? Do you have any ideas for this, Jake?
Well, while Jake's thinking, I'll answer it. Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight sounds good.
This feels kind of similar to the if you had one pinball machine in your collection.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to think of what would be appropriate for that desert theme.
Well, if it were a desert
Well,
island, I
desert.
would take Waterworld.
Or a desert island. There you go.
If it's a deserted island,
Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Good ball. Good ball.
what do you think? So,
I mean, when you get to Desert Island, you want something with a lot of playability.
yeah,
Like something like this.
yeah, no.
What are you trying to say, Jake?
If I had to pick an EM, you know, I'd pick Jungle Queen. I think if I had to pick a solid state machine, I'd certainly be picking Black Knight before Pharaoh.
Come on.
Or
Doom.
I don't know, in the modern era of machines, what would I pick? Like in the modern Stearns.
I think a lot of people would choose Iron Maiden. That seems to be a good go-to.
Yeah.
I failed. Nope, I ain't gonna get there.
Brian Tessier says any machine that floats.
All right. Chris.
Oh, you love me. Rock. Oh, there's another one. Hail, hail, rock, rock. Uh-oh.
So now Producer James will step up and see if he can become
You
the
are
winner of the night. He dominated on Indiana Jones, and see if he can take down Chris's juggernaut on Pharaoh.
Yeah. I have my doubts. But it should be a good contest.
James is going to take the unique approach by going first and putting the pressure on Chris.
Choose to go first.
I like
Choose to
it.
go first.
So both of you managed to use all the digits on the score reel, which was a lot better than I did.
Outside of my second ball brick, I was happy with the way I played
Yeah.
that. I mean, if it was some sort of like one-time qualifying thing, and I put up 1 million and my one chance on it,
Yeah.
I'd take
Wouldn't
that.
feel bad about that. I was going to say, has anybody shot that little candy cane shaped thing up there?
Yeah. The slave tomb. James making some huge progress early. He's already got one of his outlanes lit for the mystery.
Not that one.
Not that.
Now, what that does is it adds a mystery amount to your bonus. If you have max bonus already, then it's worth 10,000. So
10,000. That's pretty clever, though. I like that.
all right, you're down by 90,000, Chris.
Okay. Let me just let the slings do all the work.
No fear or doom or something.
No doom.
Ooh, it's back in.
Ole!
That's pretty much was the difference of our game. He was able to use the Magnus saves with skill, and I was not.
You were not.
Skill. Like, let's try and save this ball. Oh, not that one. That one. Come on, thank you. Yeah. Get in there.
Almost. That would have been pretty.
Let me just pick off some targets.
Well, it's still got
Yeah,
some
adds up.
value. Yeah.
Points are good. Doom.
No, that was terrible. What's so funny?
Doom. The Pharaoh is speaking to you. You don't see it, but it's happening.
Oh, what's he saying?
Doom.
No. We don't want Doom.
I don't know. If the Pharaoh doesn't want you to get his treasure, then he wants Doom.
He wants Doom, that's true. He's all about that Doom. Oh.
Wow.
Did you see that one? Hey, I did it. I did it.
Nice.
La, 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 la.
All right.
All
The
right.
pressure on.
So if you had to choose who you wanted to go into your tomb, go into a tomb and get a treasure for you, would you choose Harrison Ford or Nicolas Cage?
Ooh.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
How old is Harrison Ford?
Indiana Jones
Which one?
age. Take your pick.
All right, either. No matter.
So what,
Or wait,
40-year-old
unless-
Harrison Ford?
Unless it's Con Air Nicolas Cage.
No, Nicolas Cage from what was it? I'm like it on the movie. What Treasure? National Treasure, yeah.
National Treasure. Yeah.
Fun. Ugh. Oh boy, why would I do that? That's why. Okay. You know what? Let's do it.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Jared Cool Dude in the chat asking, what is our favorite extra ball animation? I like Twilight Zone because it has 3 different ones.
Yeah, there's multiple ones from Twilight Zone. I didn't even think of that one.
I like Attack from Mars because I always, as the ball hits the Martian in the head, I always do the same thing. Black.
I like Scared Stiff.
I think I'd go with Monster Bash.
Oh, Monster Bash is a good one. That's a very good one.
What's the extra ball animation in Monster Bash? Oh, it's
Disco ball.
it's the
The disco ball.
disco ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Disco Drac. I cannot hit. Yeah, boy. Oh, can we get some Pharaoh Rock action going on in here? Nope, never mind.
Chicago Coin making all the newer games. If they remade something like this, do you think it would sell?
Probably.
I would have said no until Total Nuclear Annihilation came out, and that changed my opinion on the fact that you could make a flat playfield game that's still an awesome game.
Yeah, but I don't think you could remake like this style without updating all the rules. Because what made TNA great,
Yeah.
and what makes Beatles really good is that it's solid state style play with
But it's got
rules
a
that
deeper
actually
rule
can
set.
change, and because some of these games you just do the same. Black Knight,
Or-
I mean,
Right.
you just play the same thing over and over again.
You bring up a good point there. With the programming ability that is available now, you could set it up with do you want to play old style rules or have updated rules?
There you go.
That's
And then you got the ROMs that update some of the rules as well.
What happens if you hit the Pharaoh ball?
Doom.
Oh!
You fail.
Oh.
I'm gonna get that noise he made on repeat. Just 1 hour straight of him making that draining noise.
That's a pretty neat thing in the display too. It puts up all the numbers of what player is up. You saw that there was a whole bunch of 2s across the screen,
Right.
and then
I thought that was what ball we were on.
maybe that is.
No, I think it's a player.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see after he drains.
Oh.
If it's 1, it's player number. If it's 3, it's
Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's player.
Yep.
Well, since nobody could hear me, I had said player the whole time.
producer James, always right.
That's correct.
Yeah. You better learn that real quick. Nice.
I finally got that to work.
That little dead bounce off that rubber.
Well, this is your last chance, though, so you better.
It's just this teeny little rubber. Whoops, wrong direction. Teeny little piece of rubber right there. And it gets these pretty little dead bounces off of that.
Well, you would think that would give you a Pharaoh letter.
Nope, that's just a collect. And Chris is the Pharaoh champion of the evening.
I heard you guys talking about if you could take one machine with you in the desert or on a deserted island. I actually have an answer for both.
All right.
If I were in the desert, I would take a whirlwind so I can get a little bit of a breeze.
Oh.
You might get sandblasted.
That's fine. And if I were on a deserted island, I would take El Toro because that would be one less El Toro for the public to play.
You would do service for the pinball community.
I would help out the pinball
Wow.
community.
Wow.
I'd be like, it's cool pinball community.
You could pull all the parts out of it and maybe make it into a boat.
Make
so
a fire? Yeah, see? Everyone's all talking about like wanting to have a machine to play. It's like, I want some driftwood for some fire action. Alrighty. Ow!
And that'll
As soon as it
Fast
happened, I
drain
knew,
there,
it
but-
was, I knew it was going to hit off the wall and cut out.
we get a little bit of time here for a bonus ball.
Hey, do I get to play it?
Yeah, you won.
Yay!
I mean, you don't have to, but
Yeah, I do.
if you can get 1.7 million in your bonus ball,
if he can actually play any of his bonus balls.
I'm trying to get...
There it is. I was going for the bonus collect.
the bonus ball has
Double Magnus save.
Nice.
Why not? Collect the bonus, take the win.
I finally used my Magnus save appropriately. Not appropriately, but effectively.
Used it effectively all night.
Woo! Back to you.
Well, we had a lot of fun tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us and seeing Indiana Jones and Pharaoh. If you get a chance and you've never seen the Indiana Jones series of movies, go watch them, at least the first three. You might want to skip the fourth. That's
What
so
fourth?
personal.
Just completely in
But-
denial.
If there's something you don't want to skip, it's next Tuesday's edition of PAPAtv when we'll be doing Stern NBA and Ice Fever. I'm really looking forward to that
Yeah,
one. That is such a
I think it's
fun
gonna be good.
game. We want to take a moment again to thank Mrs. Pin for her part of the broadcast today and check out her podcast. I want to thank James for his great play tonight and his production work. For Jake and Colin and Chris in the back there, I'm Pete. We'll see you next week. Happy flipping.